Hello everyone, good morning. So in the last session we talked about how we can pull the code of an application. For example, this onboarding assistant, which is a RAG based application, a chatbot which can help the newly onboarded employees to get information about the company's policies. So how we can pull this code from the GitHub repository and how we can run it on our local machine. Now the next step is, once you are able to do it locally, the obvious next step is how we can deploy it on the servers. Let's say you need to showcase this application to your stakeholders, to your managers, and if you are in a college, let's say you want to share this application with someone else to see how it basically runs. So what you need to do is you need to deploy this application on the server. So now the simplest way to do this with the minimum effort is to use Streamlit Cloud. Yes, so the Streamlit, as you have seen, is a Python library which we can use to build the user interfaces. So this Streamlit also provides you the cloud capability. That means just like the other cloud providers, we have like Azure, we have AWS, we have GCP. The Streamlit also provides you an opportunity where you can deploy your applications on their cloud environment. So this is what we are going to do today. So before that, let me show you how this application looks like. My obvious first step is to activate the Python environment. Once this is being done, I know all my libraries which are listed in requirements.txt are already there in my virtual environment. So I just need to run this application. I just wanted to show you once how the application looks like. If I do streamlit run app.py, it will run this application on the port 8501 on my local machine. So this is getting loaded in my browser. And right now what it is doing is it is basically it's taking my input file, it's creating embeddings, it's putting them in a vector store, and then finally it will show you the application. So meantime, what I will do is I will go to my Streamlit. Okay, so let's go to the Streamlit Cloud which we talked about. We want to deploy our application on Streamlit Cloud. So this is streamlit.io/cloud. So deploying, try free. Let's say we choose the free option, and you can see there is this application. It's already running onboarding assistant. What I can do is I can delete this application. Okay, okay, I have done that. Now there is an option in the right hand side which is create app. So just click that and then you will see there are three different options. One is deploy a public app from GitHub, which is our case. Deploy a public app from template, deploy a public app in Snowflake. So we will go for the first one because our code is already there in GitHub. Let me show you the code also. This is our GitHub and there are a couple of repositories. This is my profile and I have created a couple of repositories. In this, one of the repository is onboarding assistant. So if I click on that repository, it will show me the entire code which is there. All I need to do is I need to use this URL to pull the code. Okay, so what is our workflow or our pipeline is? We will, okay, let's do it. So deploy an app. So my Streamlit is already integrated with my GitHub profile, so it's not asking me anything. In your case, maybe you need to log in. You need to authorize Streamlit to pull the code from GitHub. Basically, what happens is we usually make CI/CD enabled applications. That means whenever we are doing any change in our code repository, it will automatically get deployed to our server. So that's why we usually integrate the source of our code with our servers, right? So again, as you can see, right, once it is showing me all the repositories or all the repositories which are there in my GitHub. What I need to do is I need to choose the application which I want to deploy. So this is onboarding assistant, and the branch is main. And what is the name of my main file? I think that is app.py file. So I need to select all these things, and this is the URL, this is the domain. Maybe I can remove this. It allows me. AP assistant is available. That's great. And then what I can do is I can click on the deploy button. But before that, if you see, there is something called as the advanced setting. So what this advanced setting is, if you notice, we have our .env file which has all our secrets. Okay, so this .env file is not exactly there on the GitHub. So I pulled my code. So I think there you will find .env example. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to put your own keys. Okay, this I have already shown in the previous video, but now in order to deploy this application on Streamlit, I cannot simply put all my secrets in .env file. What I need to do is I need to use some secret manager. For this case, in case of Streamlit, this is the way I need to put all my secrets in advanced settings. So I will simply copy paste, but you can see, right, this is the way you have to put the name of your key, and this is the value with the double quotes. So I will do that right now. I have just pasted all my keys. I will put double quotes around all of my values to comply with the syntax which is there. Okay, last is my OpenAI keys. I've done that. Okay, so I have put all my secrets in the secret manager in the advanced setting. Now I need to just click on the deploy button. So let's see. Your app is in the oven. Meanwhile, let me go back to our this browser. So I tried to run this application on my local machine, right? So I did Streamlit run this app, Streamlit run app.py file, and this is how this application looks like. If I send a message hi, it will say Darius Jones, I acknowledge, blah blah blah. Okay, so these are employee details. Okay, so this is how this application will work in the similar fashion once I deploy my application on Streamlit. So I will just close this one. Let's go back to our Streamlit. Our app is still in the oven. So let me tell you, by the time this is getting ready, so this way of deploying the applications directly on these servers or the platform is called as the PaaS, PaaS, platform as a service. So here we are actually not provisioning any EC2 machines like in the AWS or any servers, Linux servers or Windows servers, and then deploying our applications. All we need to do is we need to just provide the source of our code, and we need to tell what this application is built in. If you want the Python environment, select the version of the Python, and then just put your secrets in a secret file or the secret manager, and then you are good to go. So the first way is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Second is PaaS, which is platform as a service, and the most advanced is SaaS, software as a service. So this way of deploying the application is basically PaaS, right? In software as a service, for example, Gmail, right? When we use Gmail, we actually don't know where that application is being running. All we need to do is we just need to use that application. Okay, the customer is not bothered about where the code is there, where the operating system, all those stuffs. It's taking more than usual. Let me go to the logs. If you click on that button, let me show you again. Click on manage app, you will see the logs of this application. So what it will do is it will basically see what all we have in requirements.txt file. It will deploy all those libraries. in my virtual environment, and then it will bring the application up. So this is using Python 3.13. I think I forgot to select the right version. It should be 3.12, but that's fine. I think it should work. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. Looks like everything has gone right. Python dependencies were installed from onboarding assistant requirements.txt file using UV. So let's see. All right. This is loading vector store. All right, here you go. Our application has been deployed. Again, let me put hi. Let me see if it's working. Superb. Mark Davis. So you can see this is my profile, which is again, this is my fake profile. This has got generated. This has also brought some positions and everything. What I need to do is, so this application is running, right? So this is not the only way to deploy the application. This is one of the easiest way. In the coming lectures or the coming YouTube videos, what I will do is I will show you how to deploy this application on Azure or maybe GCP, right? I will choose one platform and I will deploy it there. And then there are, as I said, right, there are a couple of ways, right? What you can do is you can containerize your application as well. You can create a Docker image, and then you can put it in again in the Azure. There is something called as the Azure Container Registry. You have to register your image. Okay. Another way is to create, to use fast APIs. So that also I am going to cover. So this was the first video on the deployment. I'm going to create a couple of more videos to cover all the aspects of the deployment. Okay. If you really like this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you guys.